What is up, guys? My name is Henry Santos, and welcome to Silent Command. Today, we're going to be going over 2 mallet basics and general setup over the keyboard. Let's begin with how to hold a mallet. So first, we're going to divide the mallet into thirds. The top third has the mallet head, the bottom third has the butt. You're going to lay the bottom third on the first knuckle of your index finger. And then, directly opposite of that, you're going to place your thumb pad, like so. Right? With the rest of your fingers, you're going to fully wrap around the mallet. Notice how there's only about an inch sticking out of my mallet. Also, there's separation between my index and my middle finger, and then if you look around here, there's a separation between my thumb and my index finger as well. Another thing with holding mallets is that you want to make sure you're not holding it with unnecessary pressure. A good indicator is by having someone try and take your mallet away. Now, if it's a dog fight to try and get your mallet off, then you're squeezing. It should only take, let's say, a slight resistance, like that. So that was our right hand, so we're just going to do our left. Lower third, index finger, thumb pad, curl, got that inch, separation. Cool. So now our left hand and right hand should be matching, and that's how you hold 2 mallets. So before we start playing, let's make sure that the keyboard is properly set up for you. The most important factor about the keyboard setup is your height. A good first judgment call is by having your keys in line with your waist. So right now it's pretty much so, but this isn't actually my preferred height. Okay, let's just get this over with. I'm short, but I also have a longer wingspan compared to the rest of my body. So this is how I find my preferred height. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn away from my keyboard actually. I'm going to grab a mallet and I'm going to put myself into playing position. So basically I'm just going to raise my forearm just slightly. Definitely not 90 degrees, and I wouldn't even really call this 45, just to where I'm comfortable, right? And then I'm just going to turn around. Oh my God, it's like Shaft City up in here. End me. So obviously, I have to lower down my keyboard. If you have a friend, it'd be a little bit more beneficial. Now that your keyboard is ready, let's put you in proper playing position. So first, we're just going to grab our mallets with our proper grip, and then we're just going to hover over our keyboard. Notice right now, my hand, or my palm, is facing the floor right now, and not the wall. So right now, I'm kind of feeling a little bit of tension in my wrist. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the wrist diagonal. Now that feeling's gone. Then we're going to match with the left hand. Cool. And then we're going to pull back with a full wrist extension. Now, I kind of already have it in this shape, but what you want to do is have your mallets point inwards towards each other and create an A-frame or a pizza slice shape. You don't want it to be too narrow or too wide. So this is what you would call set position. Set position does change depending on whatever you're playing. Let's say we're doing an octave exercise. Basically just going to move it outward. If we're doing something that's like switching between manuals, shift it forward to the upper manual. But you want to make sure that this A-frame is still there. Other things to consider in set position include making sure that your feet are shoulder width apart. You're not standing too close or too far from the keyboard. Generally, one decent step back is pretty good. You want to make sure that your torso is parallel with the keyboard, nothing like this or this. You want to make sure that your body is completely relaxed, especially your shoulders. And then, oh my goodness, don't slouch. To create sound, you're going to start from set position and perform a knocking motion initiated from the wrist. Now, once you strike the board, you want to bring your mallet right back up to the original playing position, like so. Notice the path is straight up and down. There's no slicing. Also, it's only coming from my wrist. There shouldn't be any arm pumping unless in like certain cases. Even then, you're not going to be using your arms until you've used a full wrist extension beforehand. Think of the arm as like a little booster in height or sound. For a good quality of sound, you want to make sure that you're playing with a faster initiation, kind of like a flick. And that when you're playing on the key, you're playing through the key and not to the top of the key. You also don't want to play with a harsh sound, so make sure that your grip is still controlled yet relaxed, and don't squeeze. A legato stroke or a natural stroke is what we will use most of the time in the front ensemble. It's a smooth, connected range of motion from start to finish. Piston stroke is for fast runs or more intense passages. The strokes are more disconnected, a little more staccato-like, and the mallet comes right back up immediately hitting the keyboard. So this is legato. This is piston. And that was 2 mallet basics and general setup. My name is Henry, and you're watching Silent Command.